I'm gonna say right now that Ulta definitely is coming in hot with their holiday sets. They just released a ton of them on their website, and I did go into the store. I checked out some in person, and I gotta say, I'm very, very impressed. So today we're gonna go through a bunch of different holiday sets. I have over 40 here that we're gonna be talking about that really piqued my interest, and I think you guys will be interested in it too. So let's get started. I feel like every year they have some pretty interesting ones, but nothing nearly as good as this year. I truly was like, okay, you guys are like really, really bringing your A game this year. Now, I'm not really going to be breaking this down in terms of value too much. I just want to let you guys know what's going on there. And the reason why I feel like talking about specific values and savings and stuff like that isn't going to be as helpful with Ulta is because they are constantly running sales. Currently, right now, they have like a $10, $20, or $30 off sale, I think it is. And then sometimes they'll do 20% off sales. Of course, you can do your Ulta points. Ulta is the place to get the best bang for your buck when it comes to shopping and beauty. This is kind of going to be all over the place. I did make a little wish list with all of the holiday kits that I thought were really interesting. There are a ton of lip balm sets, so I think that we should address those first, get those out of the way. Now, you guys know that I am a huge lip balm fiend. I love a good tinted lip balm, and I think a lot of you guys are there with me. The first set that I thought was really interesting is the Cocoa Kind Blur Balm Collective Kit. This one has the Cocoa Kind lip balm in 5 different shades. I think these are all of the shades that they come in, but this is a really nice lip balm, especially if you have sensitive lips and you're sensitive to fragrance, because these are fragrance free. These have a really nice hydrated cushiony feel on the lips. I wouldn't say that they like blur the lips or anything, but they are very shiny and very, very pigmented. I could go with just wearing these by themselves without wearing a lip product underneath, and I feel really good with it. Alone, these are typically $11.99, and the whole set by itself is $44.99, so you save about $15 if you do the set. They also have a duo, so they do a Balmy Bliss lip duo, and this one comes in the shade Be Kind and Be Powerful. I do have both of these, I think. I really love the Be Kind shade as a little bit of something on the lips, like it adds just a little bit of warm pink to the lips, and it's very, very nice, and it has these little keychain charms that people seem to have a lot of fun with. You could either purchase this for yourself, obviously you can split it up for different gifts, however you want to do it. I forgot to move over before I started talking about all of these sets, but now I've moved over so you guys can see everything right here next to me. But Ulla Henriksen, this one is a really exciting one. It is a Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment Glimmer Vault Volume 1, which leads me to believe there are going to be multiple volumes. This is going to be their very popular lip peptide treatment, and they're all in that glimmer texture. I have not personally used any of the glimmer balms. I believe I was gifted one at an event that I went to last month. I haven't tried it yet. Let me know if you guys have tried the glimmer one. I haven't heard anything bad about it, but I also haven't heard anything raving about the glimmer, so I don't know. But I can say definitely that the peptide treatment is one of the most luxurious and hydrating treatment lip balms out there. This is definitely quite a thick lip balm in my opinion. It's more of like this pudding texture almost that really like slathers onto the lips. Sometimes I feel like with extended use of it, like if I'm only using this lip balm for multiple days, my lips kind of feel a little bit dry after a while. So I don't know if this is giving me like deep hydration. I will definitely have to go in with a separate nighttime lip balm whenever I use these like throughout the day. So I don't think it's making my lips drier. I think it's maintaining hydration, but they do leave a little bit of room for me to crave some more hydration and have to go in with a different product to do so. Just a little information if you guys are curious. This retails for $88 and it says it has a $115 value. Now, to be quite honest with you guys, with these vaults and stuff, while I think that they are a good value, especially if you want to have multiple shades, I think that these are going to last you a very long time. So if you do plan on keeping every shade for yourself, just make sure that you understand that these are going to last you at least a year, if not 2 years, even longer. I do have multiple shades in the lip peptide treatment myself, so I'm not saying that you shouldn't have it, but just know that this is going to last you a very long time. However, if you don't really want full sizes of all of the glimmer ones, they did come out with a Pout Preserve mini trio, and this one comes with the original cream formulation with citrus shine, creme brulee, and strawberry sorbet. I do own the citrus sunshine and strawberry sorbet. Strawberry sorbet, I think, might be my favorite one in terms of the tinted lip balms that they have, and I haven't tried the creme brulee one. I did go into the stores when this first released to smell it and kind of look at it, and it was a little bit light for my liking, and the scent was just okay to me. They are 0.25 ounces though, so they are quite small. If you look at the originals, the original is 0.4 ounces, so it's almost half the size, which again, I don't think is a terrible thing, especially if you already own a lot of lip products that you want to go through. This is a great way to have these lip peptide treatments without feeling like you have to commit to 3 of the full sizes, you know? So I like this. Personally, I would probably much rather go for this mini one versus that Volt Glimmer one. Another lip balm duo coming out of Saltaire. So this has their lip oil balms. I did a video where I talked all about the Cocoa Kind, Saltaire, and a bunch of other lip products that were at the drugstore. I'll link that down below if you guys are curious about my thoughts. I do have a Saltaire lip balm, but I will be honest with you guys, I have barely used it. It just hasn't really been top of mind, but I know that the general consensus about these are that people really, really love them, especially for the price point. This duo is only $15 and it already comes at a really great value. It's a $20 value for 2 of these, and you get the shade Acai and Dragon Fruit. Dragon Fruit is in their permanent line, but I don't see Acai, so I think Acai might be a limited shade to this duo. It looks really beautiful. I think that this has higher pigmentation than the Cocoa Kind one, if I'm remembering correctly, and it feels a little bit thinner than the Cocoa Kind ones. More lip balms. We have Milk Makeup, the Balmaid Variety Pack Full Size Hydrating Lip Balm Trio, and it comes with this little keychain thing that you can pop on to the caps so you can like carry it around, I suppose. I love these little keychain things for lip balms. I think it's really cute. Do I think it's necessary? Probably not, but I do think it's a very quick and easy way to locate your lip balms, because I don't know about you guys, but my lip balms go missing inside my purse all the time. But this one comes with the shade Pump, Electron, and Core. Personally, I really love these Milk Makeup lip balms because I think they're really good if you're using them for times that you don't necessarily need long-lasting hydration, but you still require hydration. So for instance, for me, I reach for these a ton whenever I'm gonna go work out. I like something that is a little bit less like thick on my lips because I can get really overwhelmed or overstimulated, I guess, when I'm working out. So feeling something thick on my lips, maybe my hair is like getting stuck in my lip balm. I hate that feeling. So for me, generally when I'm working out, I will go for a thinner lip balm that just keeps my lips from drying out, because you know, you're heavy breathing and stuff when you're working out. So more of a chance for your lips to feel drier, especially with the colder winter months coming upon us. I think that these are great for a very specific use. And I'm not gonna lie, out of all of the scented lip balms, I think these are the nicest that I've found in a long time because they're very lightweight scents and most of them do lean more fruity, and I do think it smells really lovely. This one does retail for $34 and it has a value of $54. It is more pricey than the other ones that we've talked about so far. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how many lip balm kits we have. Maybe that's why I was like shocked, because there's so many. But Peach and Lily Collagen Cushion Lip Trio. I have tried this. I do have the original one, and I think I have a tinted one that they sent me a long time ago. I do think these are nice. There's nothing that I think is extremely extraordinary about these, like makes me want to reach for these more than other ones. For me, these are very similar to the Paula's Choice ones, and I reach for the Paula's Choice Collagen Lip Balm more than I do the Peach and Lily one. So if that means anything to you guys, there's that information. But this does come with 3 shades, one of them being a new shade. It comes with the shade Sheer Peach, Sugar Plum, and Cherry Crush. And Cherry Crush is going to be that new shade. This retails for $45 and it has a $66 value. Naturium came out with a Phyto Glow Lip Trio. I love the Naturium lip balms. I actually feel like Naturium was one of the first tinted lip balms on the market that I felt like was very, very different from everything that came out or was already out at the time that these released. This one comes with a clear, which I always appreciate because you want something that's going to be pretty universal. And then you also have Petal, which is a great shade, and Jam, which is another really amazing shade. I'm always going to have a soft spot for these, I'm not going to lie, because I have so many. I was using these almost exclusively at one point when I first got them. They are very good. I will say that if you put too much on, it can get a little globby like on the lips, but you really don't need that much, so I never really find that's a huge issue for me. I do feel like these are quite hydrating, and I will say it feels like you don't get as much product as the actual tube shows because there is a lot of air in these. So that's something to know in case you're curious, but I do think that this one is really nice if you want to keep it or if you want to split it up again. Those were all of the actual tinted lip balms that I found that I was interested in, but let's keep on going with this lip trend, starting with the Ulta Beauty Collection Lip Splash Weightless Water Lip Stain Set. You guys know if you've been on my channel for any amount of time that I am a huge fan of these water lip stains from Ulta. I think that they are done extremely well. They are very comparable to the Benetint's from Benefit, except I feel like this is definitely more even in pigmentation. I do think that they are more pigmented and they just last long on the lips, or as long as a water lip stain is going to. So I will say that water lip stains in general are not going to last as long on your lips as other stains that are not water-based, because these being water-based, you know, while you're going about your day, licking your lips, drinking water, it's going to eventually fade. But what I like about this is that it doesn't leave your lips stained and patchy. It doesn't like sink into your lip lines. It looks very natural and it fades very naturally. So this does come with a set. Personally, my favorite shade is Plum Paradise. I originally thought that this came with Plum Paradise, but it's actually the shade Sangria Splash, which is a deep purple tint. They're probably similar, but I think the undertone might be a little different. I haven't tried that one personally. There's Very Berry, Cherry Pie, and Pink Popsicle. So they do give you a variety of different shades when it comes to the stains. I have swatched in store and they actually look different from each other, different enough that I feel like they would actually translate different on the lips. These do look like they're going to be mini sizes of the lip stains, which I personally wouldn't mind with a water stain because I find that they last incredibly long, like probably way longer than you need to keep them. That's how long they last. My favorite way to use these lip stains is actually to be a foundational color on my lips before going on top of it with a lip combo. My lips themselves are not very pigmented. I've lost a lot of pigmentation throughout the years. So for me, I find that using a stain, something like this, really gives me that very nice wash of color before going on top with the rest of my lip combo, because I feel like it gives me that like foundational color. So another lip product, the Too Faced Pillow Balm Lip Treatment Dream Duo. I have been using the Pillow Balms exclusively as my nighttime lip balms for over a year now, and I quickly started a collection with these lip balms. They are so cushiony. I really feel like they are almost like a melted down lip mask. They're super, super hydrating, and they actually give you long-lasting hydration. I have the original one at my bedside. I have the old OG mango one in my bathroom. I have 3 of them. I can see it right here on my vanity. I just love these. They truly are some standout products in my opinion from Too Faced, and I was very excited to see this duo. I was tempted to pick it up myself. However, I don't think that the shades are ones that I necessarily would pick over the ones that I already have. So I'm passing on this one, but if you also love the Pillow Balm formulation, you might really like these, and these are limited shades to this collection. We have Berry Jam Kiss, which was the one that I was like, oh, I actually think I might really love that one. And the shade Fairy Kiss. It has some glitter, like duochrome glitter to it. So I kind of figured I wouldn't use it too often if I'm being honest. So I'm just going to skip on this one, but I highly, highly recommend this formula. I guess a really big portion of these holiday kits are lip products. I'm like scrolling and scrolling, so please forgive me. If you guys aren't interested in lip product holiday kits, then I will leave chapters here for you guys as I always do. So feel free to skip around as you wish. But Fenty, of course, Fenty is coming out with holiday kits. They already have come out with holiday kits. I have some of them that they had given me, but I love Fenty holiday kits because I feel like they actually give you a very nice variety of their different products, and they'll do like lip liners with lip glosses or just lip glosses or Fenty skin products, you know, like they do such a good job at holiday kits. And one that I wanted to highlight here is the Lined and Luminized 2-piece lip set. So you do get one of their lip liners, which are some of the most long wearing lip liners while also being creamy on the lips. Once you put them on your lips, you need to work quite quickly to like blend it out if that's what you want to do, because once it sets down, it really sets down. Like you can feel that long wear film on the lip liner. It's quite crazy. They last such a long time. And then it also comes with one of their lip glosses. It comes in the shade Grape Splash, which honestly, looking at this, I'm like, this is such a pretty kit. The Grape Splash looks a little bit more pink than I would assume a grape titled lip gloss would be. I would assume it'd be more berry with pink glitter, but this looks like a pink gloss with purple berry glitter. It says it's a holographic purple shade. This is $24 with a value of $42. So personally for me, I think that's a really good value. But if you want something similar and you don't want to pay that price, you do have the option for a Maybelline one. This is the Lifter Liner and Lifter Gloss Lip Holiday Gift Set. Now this retails for $20 and the Fenty one retails for $24. So it isn't that much of a difference. I guess it just comes down to what you're looking for. For me, these are very, very similar in formulation. I do love both of them. I own multiple shades in each of these products that we're talking about with the Fenty and the Maybelline one. So we do have the lifter liner here in the shade Line Leader, and I have in the past compared the lifter liners to the Fenty lip liners because they leave you that same creaminess when you apply it, and then you have to work quite quickly, just as quickly with the Fenty one, and they set down exactly like the Fenty ones. They have kind of that like film forming plasticky feeling almost to them that lasts on the lips. And it comes with the lifter gloss in the shade Gummy Bear, and that is one of my favorite lifter gloss shades. It's this very sheer pink shade that adds just a little something to the lips. I think it's so beautiful, and it almost makes your lips look more plump because of the shine of it, you know. I would definitely consider getting that duo as well. MAC came out with their holiday set. I did purchase some of the eyeshadows in the holiday set, but I didn't purchase any of the lip products. I was considering it, but there's a couple of lipsticks or lip glosses or what have you in these kits that I just feel like I personally would not pick up outside of the kits, so I didn't really want to get them for myself. But I wanted to mention it to you guys, the MAC Wildest Gleams Mini Luster Glass Lipstick. They have a nude one, and then they have like a more bold or dramatic one. Oh, and another thing is I actually have a full size of one of these shades. I have Thanks It's MAC, but it also comes with the shade Business Casual and Spice It Up. These are really beautiful. They are going to be more red tones other than Thanks It's MAC. That one is going to be more of a nude shade, but these come in the mini lipstick bullets, which I personally don't really mind. I've had a couple of the minis from MAC, and I do think that they are substantial minis. They don't break on you, and they are actually usable. A Morphe set, this is a lip pencil trio. It's the Mischievous Signature Lip Pencil Trio, and I almost purchased this one, and I swatched all the shades, and while I did like them, I felt like I had similar ones in my collection. I am wearing a Morphe lip liner right now though. I have it in the shade Spiffy, and these are really great formulas. They're very similar to me to like MAC lip liners. So these are $14, which again is a great price. It's a $21 value, and you get the shade Wifey, a cool toned nude, Makeup Talk, a mauve taupe, and then Berry Cola, a mid-tone mauve. Makeup Talk was the one that I really liked out of the kit, and I was thinking if I really want it, then I can just get Makeup Talk, you know what I'm saying? But these lip liners from Morphe, they have really strong pigment and they feel very smooth on the lips. They don't drag or anything, and you can actually like blend them out. And they do feel like they dry down a bit. They're not the longest lasting. They're not going to be longer lasting than say the Maybelline lifter liners, but these do have some pretty good longevity. Overall, I would say they give you a really nice lip look. I think that Saatchi has these bundles all year round, but I did want to mention it in case you guys wanted to know about them. The peel off liners, the lip stains, the lip liners, they have bundles. So they have a bestseller bundle, and then they also have a deep bundle. The bestsellers one, obviously, I think is going to appeal to more people, but I also feel like you may have these if you already own some of these lip liner stains. I do find that these lip liner stains don't last as long as other lip products because the actual formula does get a little bit sticky, a little bit goopy in the tube, so you will have to like change these out every so often. But I do think that because of the nature of what these are, which are peel off stains, they are going to get a little bit goopy and a little bit separated inside the tube. All that to say, this is a great way to either re-up or just try these shades. I like these, but they're not my favorite stains. Now that I've experienced other stains like lip pen stains, I think those are a little bit easier to work with because you can actually control it better versus something like this where you have to put it on your lips, wait for it to dry, and then just kind of like hope for the best. But I will say that in terms of longevity, these are some of the longer lasting lip stains that I found. So it says that these retail for $35, but currently as I'm filming this video, it is on sale on the app only for $24.50, and they have a value of $42. So that is a prime example of Ulta having random sales, and a lot of the times I think the kits are included in those. Speaking of stains, and also going back to the Benefit one, they did come out with a Benefit Benetint lip stain duo. This one comes with 2 shades. It looks like it might be full size, but it comes with the original rose shade and then the Benetint dark cherry. Dark cherry has become my favorite shade from the Benetint line. I think it's really beautiful, and I use these in the same way that I would use those Ulta Weightless water stains. I do think that these are a bit more watery and less pigmented though than some of the water stains that have been coming out in the last year. And again, you're going to have these for a really long time, so keep that in mind. Benefit actually has a ton of holiday kits. They have a theme every year for their holiday kits, and there's just a lot. There's so many, so check those out if you guys are interested in getting some Benefit products. This is Misbehaved Mini Drip Gloss Lip Gloss Trio. I've done a video where I've reviewed these lip glosses specifically, and they very much remind me of the Tower 28 glosses in the way that they feel, also the packaging. I think that these are going to be not the longest wearing lip glosses, but I do think that they look beautiful on the lips. This one has the shade Froze All Day, which is an iridescent pink violet shimmer, a set exclusive in Cherry Bad, which looks absolutely gorgeous, kind of like a cool toned reddish brown, and then Opalescent Orchid, which is a shimmering pink lavender. Froze All Day and Opalescent Orchid almost look like they could be like interchangeable to each other, so that's the only thing. And again, these are minis. At this point, I much prefer a mini over getting 3 full-size lip glosses, just thinking about my own makeup collection, but of course that's going to vary for everyone. This is retailing for $18 and it has a value of $30, which I actually feel like is pretty good. That's a very nice price point to get 3 of these glosses. Touching on another MAC holiday kit, this is Trending Tomorrow Lip Trio gift set in Whirl. So all of these shades are going to be Whirl. Actually, number 3, which is the lip gloss, is in the shade Space Champagne. So I think that's meant to be a complimentary shade to the shade Whirl. I would get this honestly if I didn't already have the lipstick and the lip liner in Whirl. I think that this is one of their probably top selling shades, and I find that this looks beautiful on so many different skin tones. And I'm just a big fan of the MAC lip liners, and I do think that the lipsticks are some classic bullet lipsticks. So this is $52 and it is a value of $76, so it's quite expensive, but if you're thinking about it as being MAC products, this is actually a pretty good deal. And if you're already a fan of the lip liner and lipstick, then this is a great way to get it in a bundle. NYX does have a lip oil duo, and this one comes in 2 variations. So one of them comes with the shade status updates and news feeds, and then there's another duo that comes with supermodel and chillin' like a villain. I think both of these sets are actually very good. I will say that they are not the most hydrating. Again, I think it's more so a really nice aesthetic type of thing, like a lip color that you wear throughout the day, but I wouldn't use this as a lip oil to hydrate the lips at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So this is $15 and it has a value of $18. So it's not a huge savings, as you guys can tell, but I think it's a good way to get these 2 shades on a discount. Oh, here's a really fun one. Clarins Lip Comfort Hydrating Oil Set. So they have 3 of their lip oils. They actually look like they're super tiny. I'm not gonna lie. It's 0.04 ounces for each one, I believe. And it comes with the shade Honey, which is a yellow shade, like a transparent yellow almost. The shade Cherry, and then the shade Pitaya. I think it would have been nice if they put in a little bit more of like a nudie shade, you know? But I will say with the lip oils from Clarins, there's slight variations to it. So I don't think it's a terrible thing, but these are quite expensive on their own. So $28 to try 3 of the shades, I think is pretty nice. Maybe if there's people in your life that want to try this and don't really want to, again, commit to a full size, then this would be pretty nice. I don't know. I would have to see this in person though to really determine if it's worth it, but I did want to throw that out there because I don't think that I've seen them do a holiday lip oil set before. I could be wrong. Another lip set that I think is actually going to be very popular is coming from Hourglass. They have a lip duo, Sculpt and Gloss duo, with one of their really popular glossy bombs and a lip liner. I do think the Hourglass lip liners are very long lasting. They're more comfortable, I would say, than the Fenty and the Maybelline ones because they don't have that film forming like layer, but they still last quite long. They're not going to be like bulletproof though. So this one comes with the shade Slip, which is a true rose. I believe I have the shade Slip, and then the lip liner in the shade Tempt, which is a mid-tone pink beige. I think that this lip duo is going to be for who it's going to be. It's $56 with a value of $67, so it's not a huge savings again, but Hourglass is doing a Black Friday sale. Right now they're doing early access. I'll leave the code down below for you guys. But if you are interested in this, I would say maybe just wait for that Black Friday sale to ensure that you're getting an additional like 20% off. This video has been so long and it's only been about lip products. But another MAC one that we're going to talk about really quickly, the MAC Simul Matte Duo Lipstick Pencil. They have 2 versions of this. They have Sweet Deal and Soar, and then they also have Velvet Teddy and Spice. I have the lip liner in Soar, and I also have both Velvet Teddy and Spice, so personally I'm not going to be picking this one up, but I will say that I do love these shades as well. Soar was actually one of the lip liners that I really used down. I'm probably like a little past halfway done with that one, and it's still such a beautiful warm pinky rose shade for me. I think this is going to be one of those things where if you had your eye on it, it's a great way to get these in a set. And they are, it looks like they're full size. The CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss Bite Size Minis kit. I think this is the first time they're doing a Yummy Gloss kit, and the packaging looks so cute. I know that doesn't matter because you're just gonna throw it away anyways, but I thought it was so cute. They look like little Smarties. This one comes with the shade But First a Cosmo and Let's Get Physical, and it's under $10. Well, it's $9.99, so it's like right under $10. But I know a lot of people love these yummy glosses. I have one and I do really like the texture. I think it feels very like pillowy and hydrating, and yeah, I think that this is a great one, especially if you just want a little something, you know. And last for lip products, we have a Milani holiday kit. This is a trio of their Fruit Fetish lip oils, and a lot of people really love the Milani Fruit Fetish lip oils. I personally didn't like them too much when they first came out because I didn't like the scent. I felt like they were too heavily fragranced, but I do feel like they may have like toned it down, and also generally I like the scents that they're coming out with a lot more now. I don't know if it's because a lot of them are like fall scents scents or like more gourmand scents. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm liking them a lot more now than I used to. So this is $22.99 with a value of $36. That's actually more expensive than I assumed that this was going to be, but I guess these Fruit Fetish lip oils have gone up in price since they first released. But this one comes with cocoa cacao, blackberry agave, and cranberry currant. I think I have both blackberry agave and cocoa cacao. I think these are beautiful shades. I would worry that they would kind of translate almost the same on the lips, but sometimes I don't think I mind, because if you like one, then you'll probably like the others, you know? It's a little bit more foolproof and a better way for brands to gauge like if someone's going to enjoy an entire trio, in my opinion. But I feel like this set is actually going to sell very well because, again, a lot of people love these lip oils from Milani. They're very comparable to the Clarins ones. That was long. I feel like I sat here for like 30-40 minutes just talking about the lip sets. Let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about some skincare sets. So First Aid Beauty, they always come out with holiday kits, and I feel like they have a very good gauge on what their audience might want because I feel like they're super curated holiday sets. So the one I want to talk about is the Head to Toe Fab Kit, because this one does come with a KP Bump scrub and lotion. I love this scrub. It is a staple in my shower. It really does help with any bumpiness that you may have on your skin. It has the Pure Skin Face Cleanser, which is a holy grail for a lot of people, as well as the Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. The facial radiance pads are really great chemical exfoliating pads. They can be a little aggressive if you have sensitive skin, but I know that my sister actually loves these pads and her skin is gorgeous. And like I said, 2 KP Bump products. I think that this is a very foolproof kit. It does have the sizes of each product in here. It doesn't look like they're full sizes, but the facial radiance pads I think are a full size, and everything else that is in a tube, it looks like it might be a smaller version. If you want something a little bit cheaper that also targets like KP bumps or just bumps in general on your skin, First Aid Beauty does have the Bye Bye Bumps body gift set that comes with the body scrub. What is this? The body scrub, the ingrown hair pads, and the smoothing body lotion. It looks like they're 2 deluxe samples of the lotion and the pads, but it looks like it's a full size of the scrub, which is really nice. This is a new kit to Ulta, and I think to Lush in general. If you guys weren't familiar, Lush is sold at Ulta. I don't know if it's in stores anywhere, but I know that it's online, and they came out with a Sticky Dates duo, which is really exciting. I love the Sticky Dates scent. It's described as being a vanilla sandalwood scent. I feel like it smells a little bit like maple syrupy, caramelly, toffee pudding, like anything sweet like that. It smells like that, and it smells incredible. I have this scrub in my shower right now, and I have used a whole bottle of the shower gel. I do feel like with Lush though, when it comes to the scents, they all vary in terms of the product. So for instance, the scrub I think smells the best, and then the shower gel smells a little bit less like heavy on the sweetness. It's a bit lighter, I would say. And then the body lotion smells even lighter than that from what I've smelled in stores. Lush in general, I feel like is more expensive when it comes to shower gels and body lotions. A hand care set is this Moroccan oil one that comes with the hand wash and the lotion. I actually have the hand wash in my bathroom right now, and I'm not one to go all out on hand washes, but I did take a chance on this one, and I truly really like it. I love the Moroccan oil scent. These do have the signature scent from them, and this one is not drying for a hand wash, if that makes sense. Like it feels like your hands are clean, but it doesn't feel like it strips the hydration. Before that, I was using the Bath and Body Works hand washes, and those are just too stripping for me, the foaming ones, and I like this a lot, but it is $48. It has a value of $57, but even then I'm like, that's pretty expensive for soap. You know, and like a thing of lotion. But if you are a diehard Moroccan oil scent fan, then this one does have my stamp of approval. Ulla Henriksen usually comes out with holiday kits, and this one was one that I thought was really good. The Best of Ulla Skincare Essentials set. So like I said, the strawberry lip peptide is my favorite one, and that's what comes in this kit right here. I've gone through multiple jars of the Banana Bright Eye Cream, as well as the Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. This is one of the moisturizers that's in my bathroom right now. I think this is a very lightweight moisturizer moisturizer that still feels really nice and hydrating, but it doesn't feel like you have a film on your face. The Glow Dark Spot Toner, I've never used this myself. And then the Truth Juice Daily Cleanser, again, I haven't tried that one, but this is a $50 kit. It says it has a value of $92. So if that is true, I would say that's a pretty good value, but keep in mind that it looks like the eye cream and the moisturizer are going to be mini like sample travel size products. Another Ulla Henriksen one, and this one just really excited me because it has a limited edition lip peptide shade. So this one comes with, what is it, Grape Fizz. It looks so good. It sounds like it would smell incredible, and it actually looks like such a beautiful berry tone. It's not cool. It's a little bit more like on the warm berry side of things, where it leans a little bit warm pink, and I love those shades. So I can only imagine how nice this one is. It also comes with that same peptide moisturizer and the Hydro Barrier Nourishing Face Oil. Both the skincare products are going to be like these smaller sizes, value sizes, and then the lip balm is going to be that full size. I think a really big draw to this one, they put that limited edition lip peptide in this kit because they knew it was gonna like up the value in terms of like people wanting it. So they got me. This is $55 and it has an $89 value. Have you guys smelled the new Fenty Skin like mists at Ulta? I went in and I smelled them and I thought they were pretty good, but none of them were ones that I had to have. But out of all of them, the vanilla one was my favorite. And this kit right here, the Body Starter Set Mini Body Trio, you get the body mist, the body wash, and the bubble bath, I think. I do like this vanilla, but I will say it's not my favorite. It's a little bit spicier in terms of a vanilla, which I think that a lot of people are receiving really well. I've heard a lot of people say they love this. It says it's a warm, sultry, and rich floral gourmand, which is a perfect description for this. It has vanilla orchid, sugared woods, and Tahitian vanilla. And there, again, is something very spicy and warm about this. But I did want to note that they also have like a duo of the flower bouquet scent and the vanilla one. So if you wanted just the mists, then you could get mini sizes of those two. And this is $39 with a value of $58. And lastly, for skincare, we have the Naturium, the Glowing Body Kit. I actually had this one and I brought this up to visit my sister back in September, I think. I really enjoyed this. So I had gotten the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Wash like when these first released a couple years ago, and I remember not being super impressed by it, but honestly my skin has changed a lot. I feel like it is more dry than it used to be, and when it comes to body wash oils, I feel like they do something so nice for the skin for me now. And I've always been a really big fan of the body lotion, and these will give you so much hydration on the skin, and they're also fragrance free, so if again you're sensitive to fragrances, this is a really great one. I do feel like the body wash does leave a hint of hydration on your skin before going in with your lotion, so that's really nice. It doesn't feel stripping. Okay, that's gonna be it for skincare kits. So let's move on now to regular makeup that is not lip products, and I have a couple. Oh, and also let's talk about some fragrances. So the first one, Charlotte Tilbury always comes out with holiday sets, and she's come out with a good variety, I would say, this year. Like, she has her usual like lipstick trios and highlight wands and stuff like that, but she also gave us a little bit of variety, including ones with her setting spray, which is very, very popular. So this one I want to talk about is the Charlotte's Mini Viral Beauty Icons, obviously very popular products from the line. You have a lip liner, a lipstick, one of the beauty wands, and again the setting spray, which I think is a very big selling point. It's going to be a very big selling point for these kits, I think. This one is $54 with a value of $82, which is pretty good for the Charlotte Tilbury kits, but these are all minis, so I did want to point that out for you guys. I did recently purchase the mini Pillow Talk medium lip liner and lipstick set. I feel like the lip liner is the perfect size for me. Again, considering my collection, this is going to vary for everyone, but I do really enjoy the fact that I get a pretty substantial lip liner that I know is going to last me a couple of months. But the shades that come in this, the light wand is in Pinkgasm, bottom. The lip liner is in Original Pillow Talk, as well as the lipstick, and then you have the setting spray. Here's a fragrance kit that I honestly think is so cute. I haven't tried personally. I hear mixed reviews about it, but I thought it would be interesting for you guys to know that it's available now at Ulta. But the bite-sized Coffret? Is that how you say it? The Eau de Parfum from Sabrina Carpenter. I know that Sabrina Carpenter's fragrance line is newer to Ulta, so I was surprised to see it come in a holiday kit. But this comes with 4 of the fragrances. It looks cute because it looks like little pieces of chocolate bars. You guys know that the fragrances themselves look like full chocolate bars, and then because these are minis, they look like 2 pieces of chocolate. They're so cute to me. Again, I know that's not what it's about, but when it comes to fragrances, I feel like people love them to wear, but they also love them to display. So I thought that this would be very, very cute, especially if you're 1, a Sabrina Carpenter fan, and 2, you like the fragrances. It says that these atomizers are 10 ml, by the way. Oh, this is super random, but I put it in here because I thought it was really fun. They have an Ulta Beauty and Mini Brands advent calendar. So it's all of those mini products in an advent calendar, which I think is so cute. If you guys love like little decorative figurine type of things. Morphe does have a 4-piece bestseller kit, which I actually think is really nice. I have not tried this powder, but I have tried everything else within the kit. The continuous setting mist I know is a huge product from Morphe, and I personally used to go through these very often. They have the Drip Glass Glazed High Shine Lip Gloss in Pink Mirror, the signature lip pencil in Whipped, which looks like a beautiful soft mauve shade, and then the Baked Setting Powder, and again, the Micro Mist. NARS came out with a couple of holiday sets. I did pick up the trio of the multi-sticks, by the way. I don't know if I ever posted anything about them, but they did reformulate these to be more on the soft velvety matte side of things versus being more of a hydrating stick. And I do feel like they did such a good job with it, but they're not super pigmented. They're definitely more on the buildable side of things. And this one is the Dolce Vita cheek set. So you do get their popular shade Dolce Vita in 3 different forms. So you get the powder blush, the multi-stick, and the liquid blush, which I actually feel like is really great, especially if you love the shade and you want to have it in different forms. You know, there's different usages for these. So this retails for $50 and the value is $70, so it is quite expensive. But again, I feel like with products like these, they are going to last you quite a long time. And Dolce Vita is a beautiful shade. Bare Minerals also has some kits this year. They have this Gen Nude Cheek Duo, and I really like their blush products. I feel like they're super slept on. The bronzers are some of my go-to blush products. I think they're so beautiful, and all of them have a very light satin shimmer to them without being glittery. Like, they look so hydrating and youthful on the cheeks. And this one also comes with their highlighter blush in Pink Glow. This is such a good kit in my opinion because you get a good mix of their cheek products. Another fragrance kit, this is coming from the brand Noise, and this is their Discovery Kit, which I think is actually really nice for this fragrance line because this fragrance family is very different from anything that I've smelt before. I have a couple of the fragrances that they've sent me over time, and I really like the ones that come in this Discovery Kit because they have a couple of different variations, but this one by far has the best scents that they have. So this has the scent Unmute, Shitty Day, Lost and Found, Love Club, 12 O'Clock, Detour, and Only Human. And surprisingly, they have Only Human in here, which is one of their newer fragrances. And I feel like with holiday sets and kits and stuff, it is a little bit rare for us to see the newer products in these sets. They have fragrance family descriptions here on the actual description of the Discovery Kit, so I'll put it here so you guys can see which fragrance families all of these belong in. And they also have keynotes for all of them too, which I think is really helpful. They also have this duo, so they have the Unmute travel set, which comes with a travel spray, and then it also comes with the Unmute solid fragrance. I do have some of the solid fragrances. I know not a ton of people love a solid fragrance, but I actually think it's really nice for reapplying, and it's a really great way to have something that you can reapply with without having to have a liquid with you, you know? And lastly, I think this is last at least, the JVN Complete Trusted Trio Travel Essentials. I have expressed to you guys that I'm very curious to try more JVN products, but this one doesn't have the one I want. I want to try the styling milk, like the blowout styling milk. but I have heard that JVN is such a good brand, so I wanted to point this out for you guys. This one has the air dry cream, the instant recovery serum, and the oil, the scalp oil. It's a pre-wash scalp oil, and I love a pre-wash oil. I think it's so nourishing for the scalp, especially if you have dry scalp or dandruff or anything like that, or if you're trying to encourage growth with your hair. I think that oils are a really nice way to go. I like to put them in at least 30 minutes to an hour or so before I wash my hair. I don't like to leave oils overnight because I do find that it is quite heavy on my personal scalp, and then it can kind of irritate my scalp. But I have since tried the air dry cream because I had this like mini, and it smells so good. It reminded me very much of getting my hair done at a salon, but I don't know how it does as like an air dry cream because I do have quite straight hair, and the day that I used it, I did scrunch it into my damp hair and then I kind of let it dry, but I eventually put some heat on it. So I'm gonna have to try it again, obviously. So those were all of the holiday kits from Ulta that I wanted to point out. I really did not realize how many lip kits I wanted to talk about. This is basically a lip kit video at this point, but lots of lip products, lots of skincare, not a ton of just like random makeup stuff, but I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've tried a ton of products, and honestly I didn't want to recommend an entire kit if I didn't like everything or if I didn't think everything was worth purchasing within a kit. Like I said, I feel like Ulta is really upping their game when it comes to holiday kits this year, and I will definitely keep you guys updated on any sales and stuff that they're having because I think that Ulta, again, is really great when it comes to sales. And if you want to buy beauty for people as gifts, I think Ulta is definitely the way to go. Until next time, you guys, I will leave a video right here that YouTube thinks you're going to be interested in, and I hope you guys take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.